Hello, I'm here, and you're here. Wonderful. Kalu Kale, what a frabjous day. All right, tonight we are going to be celebrating the album release, the most recent album release by Mike Gourley, our panel member. It's entitled A Final Gesture. We'll ask him a little bit about that. There's a few questions raised there, but this album release reminded me of something. With all the exotic instruments that Mike Gourley plays and plays quite well, it's easy to sometimes forget, you know what? Man, he's a really good guitarist. And that's something that came through really clearly when I was hearing some music, preparing for the stream yesterday. So we're going to make this an album release party. We're going to have a little fun too. We got some AI lined up for some review. We've got some other interesting topics coming up and all that. And we got a full house on the panel tonight because another guest is joining us. But without further ado, I think I'm going to introduce the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend, Mountain Hawk, Mike Gourley. Hello there, sir.
Oh, hello.
Hey, it's
Didn't think my
looking,
camera was going to unstick there for a second.
yes. And just so you guys know, Mike does live near the Smoky Mountains. So
I do.
that's why it looks a little misty there. But anyway,
Ah,
it's going well with our fall themes. I think I'm going to introduce the rest of the panel and then we're going to launch right into asking you about this new album. I'm sure you're excited about it, and I think our audience is excited about it too. So, like I said yesterday when I started hearing it, I was like, yeah, bringing out the guitar. It's great.
yeah, we'll talk about that.
All righty. So
On
here, let's bring our lady on. Here she is.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello, hello.
Oh, Mike, I should have planned a more festive avatar. I'm using my bewildered avatar today.
Bewildered and bemused.
Yes.
We'll just say
Yeah.
that's what you look like after you listen to the music.
Oh, yes, it blew my mind, Mike.
Mind
It blew
blowing.
my mind.
And you're probably
Well,
gonna you might have to update my intro. I don't know. I appreciate it. Robot says something about Kestrel Spirits. That's actually on an old album called Mountains.
Yes,
Thank
there it
you.
is.
Yes, and it's on Bandcamp as well. But yeah, we have new
well,
music now.
Awesome.
and joining us, this gentleman is not only an enthusiast of Babylon 5, but many things, and including music. So, joining us back by popular demand is Istophobos. Be careful.
One rabbit suit coming right up. Look. Jesus Christ! I warned you.
And yes, he is not the knight in that image. Please welcome Istophobos. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Oh, well, thank you for asking. I might have to go get my polar bear icon back up. I'm excited to listen and hear. Just I've done maybe 4 demos in my whole life. I've been playing music since I was 7.
Yeah,
To
what do you
just
play?
a lot of different woodwinds, guitar, drums, most of the oboe, clarinet, saxophone.
Wow.
Nice.
But I'm getting older. I'm having a little any brass instrument. It gets harder to maintain your embouchure as your teeth start getting ancient. So it's
Ooh.
Mm.
it's a little, I can feel them sort of pushing toward the back of my mouth if I try to play the trumpet, and it's been a while, but I love listening to music. Um, Drums are very physical, and as you start to get rotator cuff issues, so
Hmm.
really guitar's the only thing I can kind of kick back and relax with now. But I do a lot of like lazy, relaxing, finger picking blues stuff. I've never been a shredder.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you a cigar box guitar.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there we
We gotta
go.
get one in his hands, folks.
I could see you on your front porch in a rocking chair playing that.
With your cigar and your cortadito.
Absolutely. Although I had to give up cigars, man, but I
Oh,
still love my coffee. So
yeah.
Alrighty.
There you
Well,
go.
let's see if I'm going to try this here. This is a risk. Let me see if I can feature. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mike,
Is there
get
any way we
out.
could feature Mike without being only Mike?
Oh,
Oh
you
shoot!
gotta
Now it's
rotate it. You
me.
gotta
Yeah,
rotate it.
there we go. Hey, that's
oh,
not that bad, right? Is it showing everybody else because
Nope.
there's no?
Nope.
Oh boy. How do you rotate it? All right, drag and
Well,
drop. Is
I
it
don't
that?
know.
There we go.
Ah, there we
Yeah.
go. There
There
we
we
go. Mike front and center. Good.
All right, Mike. So tell us, man, a final gesture. I guess we could start with that. This isn't going to be your final release, I don't think, right?
No, you
Okay.
the
Had
the
us worried
interest,
there, Mike.
the interesting thing about that song in particular is it is on a electric, as you will see if you play the video.
I have it ready.
Yep. Okay. That is a PRS baritone guitar, and um, for reasons I sold it,
Mm.
and the guy I sold it to, I actually had already sold it, but I made the video. We had had a lot of dialogue back and forth, so I made a video, and I thought, hey, it's my final time playing this, so I made a video. I recorded it, and it turned out really nice. So I was thinking, what do I call this song? And I thought, well, it's a final gesture. It's my final gesture with this guitar because I'm
Oh, okay.
selling it. It's going. So hence a final gesture. And so I put that, where did I put it? Oh, I put the video out, obviously. And my brother on Patreon contacted me and wanted to know if it was going to be on Bandcamp. And I said, well, I don't know. At the time, it was a no. And from there, I decided, well, and I started looking and I thought, man, I got a lot of good songs. I could probably put together a release.
Mm-hmm.
And the first go round, I had over 3 hours,
Yeah.
still
Okay.
almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of music. You will get your money's worth if you decide to purchase that, and it's on Bandcamp at the outrageous price of name your price. All my
Mm-hmm.
music on Bandcamp is name your price. So
Mike,
no,
why are you so unreasonable, Mike? God, man.
what a jerk, huh?
I,
Name your price.
it's like,
Yeah, I remember when Radiohead did that back in like 2000 or 2001, and it's like I think it's the thing that's best to do these days because most people just pay a subscription to some subscription service and then don't think about buying music at all. So it's a really unusual thing
It's
to
hard to
buy
sell anything
individually.
anymore with
Yep.
Spotify. But just a quick education, because I did have my music distributed through DistroKid. I was on Amazon, Apple, the whole 9 yards. I got off of them. I won't launch into the story of why. I just recently got on a different one, so it will slowly start getting back out there. But after several months of being on that, they sent me a report and I had made like 43 cents.
Hmm.
And I mean, there were pages of it being listened to. So I don't know how anybody, unless they get millions of views,
Yeah. That.
makes any money off of
Yeah.
this. It's just
Exactly.
no money for the artist. So
Especially.
just throwing that out there, folks.
Yeah, especially something like that where you're paying monthly. I use CD Baby and have like since like the year 2001 or whatever. And basically, you set up the one-time album thing. They get your stuff
Yeah.
out there digitally, and then you don't pay again. They just take a
Yeah.
percentage. So it's still, yeah, it's still a trickle of less than a penny on everything. But, you know, at least you're not paying monthly to keep it there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's why I like Bandcamp, because I think they're reasonable in what they do take. They
Hmm.
have a lot of Bandcamp Fridays, and so I like my music being on there.
Great. Well, you know what? Why don't we play the title track, A Final Gesture, and then we can talk about, because I think people are probably thirsty right now for some music.
Hey, I agree.
All right, here we go. This should work. All right, looks like we're all here, and I'm ready to play the video. Good.
And we're back.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And wow, so you had to say goodbye to that guitar, huh?
Yeah, watching that video makes me
Regret
kind
it?
of. That is one beautiful guitar too.
Oh, those
It didn't take long to
inlays.
sell it, and
Was-
I got pretty much my money back on it from what I paid.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Paul Reed Smith are kind of notorious for not retaining value, even though they're fantastic guitars. So that's not a small feat. It
I
really,
don't think they made a whole lot of the semi hollow body baritone though.
yeah, probably not. It looked gorgeous in those pearl inlays on the camera.
Mhm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
really fit well with the music. I know this bit of trivia. The 24th fret inlay is a screech owl. Each of one is a different kind of bird. So,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so at the end of the neck, he always puts a screech owl on there at the
World
24th
of
fret.
Swap Shop is having a very beautiful experience.
Oh my gosh. I'm reading all
Yeah.
of his chat. My quick question, unrelated. What makes this a baritone guitar?
Well, the top string is a thicker string. It's more or less the bottom bass string, or next to the
Oh,
bottom. It's a
okay.
B string, so it's a standard B tuning. Now,
Hmm.
some people if you ever see a 7-string guitar, it's basically a 6-string, and it adds that baritone string on there.
Okay.
Interesting. Wow.
And there's even an 8-string that has basically the bottom 2 of a bass, so it gives you some bassy sound, which I use.
Cool.
There's 2 tracks of that. If you didn't notice, the one I filmed was the rhythm basically, and then there was some lead in there, and then a little bit of keyboards as well.
Yeah, some dreamy piano.
Yeah.
And everything.
Nice pad.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm not a hell of a great piano player, but yeah, I mean, I'm not a shredder either. But mostly what I do, a majority of what I do is more meditative, relaxing stuff. Swappers reminded me of a text I got from somebody one night who was listening to my one that is what I call my chaos music, and which this album actually ends. The last song on the album is more my chaotic stuff, but it's like 18 minutes. But anyway, I got a text one night from somebody who was doing what Swappers is doing, and said, "Man, this is just the greatest music for tripping ever." And I was like, "Well."
Yeah, typically a baritone guitar will be a perfect 4th or a perfect 5th lower than a standard guitar, and it also has a longer scale length, so you can get lower notes without having to crank up the tension on the neck.
Exactly.
What's a typical scale length for a baritone mic?
I think you just said it. I think it's 24.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean it's shorter than a regular guitar?
No, it's a little bit longer.
Isn't the scale length on the guitar 25 inches?
No.
Oh, he was counting frets.
Oh, okay.
Standard guitar
Yeah.
is 21 frets, I believe.
Okay.
And a baritone's 24.
Yeah,
Okay.
Liza makes she's in inches all the time in cutting these finger
Yeah.
boards and everything.
Right. For the cigar box, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do this because we're gonna come back to some more music.
Oh
and-
no!
Oh no!
Well, I mean, we said we're having a fall festival, and
Yeah, but
as
where's
well.
the beer? Gosh.
That's it. I'm hiding.
We wanted Oktoberfest for Mike Nutt at
no.
AI.
Well, we have 2 folks on the panel who are refraining. So,
Oh, okay. I see.
so we're. But it's a Sunday night. Come on. And so anyway,
we'll
Sunday night's just for mushrooms, nothing else.
No. Oh. Mushrooms
So-
and coffee.
Yeah, so we have our reliable AI, and first I brought it up mostly so we could talk about this, the album cover, which I think is beautiful. It has a little bit of the Celtic square knot thing going on to it, and definitely good, somewhat fantasy artwork, which is apropos because there's a song later that we'll be talking about. And you got a bit of a hawk in there. And I guess we do need to, remind folks that this is a peace sign, I believe.
Right, because we have
If you turn
audience
it
in the
around the
UK.
other
Yes.
way and add a raspberry to it, it's something else. But yeah.
Well, that's when Mike, for some reason, when I first saw this album cover,
Oh,
I mean, I was thinking the British way, a final gesture
yeah, but that's turned
for on
around.
your way out when you want to insult someone. Yes, I know it has to be turned around, but but I don't know. Are you being served? Came to my head, and
Well,
so
you know what's fascinating about this?
yes,
So this comes from Google Gemini,
okay.
Oh,
and
wow.
all I just wanted to see what it would come up with. All I typed in was create album cover, a final gesture by Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley. That's all I put in, and it came up
Wow.
first
Wow.
try. Came up with this. I looked at that. I said, "Holy!" Yeah, it's like,
It spelled everything correctly. I never get the words to spell out correctly.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
That's
was
usually you
amazing.
get some
ChatGPT.
lorem ipsum stuff.
Yeah.
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 Gibberish.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but
I was shocked. I mean, everything about that is just like, wow.
well, you've been doing some things on Gemini, so it knows you.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But I mean, I literally put in create an album cover, a final gesture, Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley. I didn't tell it anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, say
Wow.
a peace sign or a hawk or mountains or anything.
And the color scheme, that's so you, Mike.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't look AI either. It doesn't have that.
The resolution's higher than what is appearing right now. Like I'm looking at my preview screen here, and it's a
Mm.
little fuzzy. It's not like that. He sent me a high res picture, but I guess something I did somehow
I'm looking at it on
made it a little
YouTube and
fuzzy.
it is high res. Yeah. It was this using Gemini Nano Banana, Mike?
just plain old Google Gemini.
Oh.
What is Nano Banana?
It's their new image generator.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's what
yeah,
I did the craft market design with.
right.
Wow. And
Yeah.
well, we got some graphic designers in the audience that are probably like,
Yeah, sorry guys. Swappers. I like how it's open to interpretation.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
mm-hmm.
And that's how a lot of my music is as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
of
Cool.
course, it's instrumental, so that helps. But
Well, we're going to do another piece in a moment, but I think I wanted to bring up one more slide before then.
That is not
There's
Mike Gourley.
this could be swappers right
not
now.
even on mushroom.
This could be swappers right now. He's
That's
beside
AI.
himself.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, depending on what resolution you pick, AI will always try to squeeze in more. But let's see, Mike. Do you have a pick of what you'd like to play next? I've got everything that you've sent me that was released. Oh, by the way, folks, all of these the pieces that we're going to be playing tonight are available on YouTube also with the video on Mike's channel, link in the description, as well as the individual videos are linked there. And I think you have a playlist for a final gesture, right?
I do. Yeah, I try to do a playlist for all my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So yes, plays on YouTube are quite welcome as well.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're nearing 200 there on the Mike Gourley channel.
Yeah, we
Very
are.
nice. Very nice.
Well, what am I at? 194? So I only
Yep.
need 6 more.
All right, guys, let's get Mike to 200 subs. Come on.
And a lot of that is thanks to you guys who are in the chat right now. So thank you very much. I do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate our extended
And right
family here.
now, uh, the wife is doing really great. I think I said that last week from her surgery.
Good.
Hopefully, she'll be back to work here in 2 or 3 more weeks. And right now, all the money from sales I'm giving to her. So any Bandcamp sales is going to the wife for medical bills. So
All
any
right.
All
sales are
right.
greatly
Yeah.
appreciated.
There we
Yep.
go, guys. So find the links in the video description and yeah, consider supporting Mike and his efforts there.
Yep. I think Lawrence has it in down below here, and it's on all the videos I've been
Yeah.
putting out. So
Yeah, the channel's
anyway,
always there as a list for you, and the individual videos are listed there if there's one you want to just get straight to at some point.
and if you
Anyone
want
on
to
the
get
rewind.
all my music, I think you have the link to my Patreon page.
Oh,
Everything that's on Bandcamp, I put on my
did I?
Patreon.
I think
So
oh, I may have forgotten the Patreon, or did I? I don't know.
I think you have it.
Okay, very good.
Let me take a look.
The,
Let me. Oh, go ahead, Istafobos.
I was just gonna say the last thing I bought musically was Mr. Brown put out a single on,
Oh,
and
Oh,
it's really cool. It's a techno based. I think
yeah.
it's called Beatbox or something. But second, the last thing I bought, I think, was a Black Keys album. So I have money in my music budget because I haven't bought anything but old stuff. Like
The
I'm one
last,
of those weirdos too. I like to buy music.
yeah.
I really don't. I have a Spotify account, but I hardly ever get on there. I actually, if I like an artist, I go buy the music.
yeah,
Yeah, the last album I bought was a year ago. Well, the last thing I bought was an album by Johannes Schmeling from Tangerine Dream, one of his solo albums. I bought it because you couldn't find some of those tracks any other way other than a CD.
Right.
yeah. When I hear like there might be a classical piece I like, if I hear there was a really good performance of it,
Oh, yeah.
I might get that album. But really, the Black Key, what is that? Like 2004 is the last time I thought a modern artist was worth paying money for. So I definitely have some socked away to buy music. I'm definitely gonna check that out. And
All
Mr.
right.
Brown's single, I really like it. I play it a lot. So it's
Yeah.
worth.
I got
Is
Um,
that on? Is that on Bandcamp?
I think it's on Beatbox. I
Beatbox. Okay.
if you I can't post a link in the chat, but I can
Well,
try to send you the link.
well, wait a minute. I got to mod you. I mean, geez. All right. I'll
yeah.
do that while we're doing the next, while we're doing the next video. I'll see if I
There
can
you
mod
go.
Istaphobos. I can't do two things at once. But anyway,
All right.
let's play. Let's just say that Mike is on the path to
There
200
we go.
subscribers,
There
and
we
so we
go.
can celebrate that with the path.
Cool. And I have the link as soon as I can post it.
Yeah,
I'll
and
post
just so folks know, Mr. Brown is known as Senor Marron.
it. Yes.
Ah.
Hey, I'm back.
Wow, that sounded amazing. Really.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely beautiful.
I don't know, like
There I am.
I don't know who's in the chat, but a guitar's tone is only slightly dependent on the guitar. It's all in the fingers because BB King could pick up anything and sound like himself.
Mm-hmm.
That just
Yeah,
sounded
that's true.
beautiful.
That is absolutely true. Thank you. And that is my favorite guitar, my Fender Strat.
Yeah, I could pick up the red special, but I'm not going to sound like Queen no matter no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian May.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you said something earlier about noticing the guitar. It is by design that this particular release, almost everything on it, I'm not going to say everything, but probably 80-90% of it has guitars. So kind of back to my roots, so to speak. Sometimes I get on all these other tangents and all these other instruments, and I kind of go, "Hey, I haven't picked up a guitar in a month." You know, it's like, or longer. In fact, at
Wow.
one point, I switched back with Gabe because I said I had been not focusing on the guitar so much that I was kind of very rusty. So
Mm.
so yeah, this is a very guitar oriented release here.
Yeah. And yeah, that was really, really beautiful. That's
Yeah.
the
Thank you.
path, folks, in case you missed what was saying earlier. Um, I don't know. Anybody have any questions for Mike at this point? We could open up to see if there was any in the chat.
I've got a question
Go
because
ahead.
Sure.
I heard like the moment that track started, I was instantly engaged because of the tone. And I mentioned somebody in chat. There's definitely sort of some shades. So I wanted to know who you're sort of who you like to listen to guitar wise, who inspires you, who
Ooh.
as you developed your unique style, who were your inspirations?
Ah, golly, I'm like almost 65. So, I mean, I go way back to the Beatles and Yes, I was a very big Yes fan. Uh, but really, in my playing, one of the best things I ever heard. I'm not a huge U2 fan, but I remember hearing The Edge interviewed one time, and a guy called in and said, you know, I'm learning how to play guitar. What do I need to do to sound like you?
Huh.
And after he got done chuckling, he said, the first bit of advice I have is don't.
Mhm.
So I really strive not to sound like anyone else. uh, is the goal. I got into ambient
Awesome.
music really in the last decade. I mean, I've listened to it off and on. I grew up with Windham Hill, Michael Hedges, all that stuff. Um, but for a number of years, I mostly played acoustic, and I'm an old deadhead, and I just sang folk songs, Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan, stuff like that. I wrote some songs. One of my first things I ever put out was all original music of mine. But about a decade ago, as my voice was getting older and not as good, I kind of just switched, and I really didn't want to learn songs anymore because then you got to practice them and all that jazz. So everything I do is pretty much improvisation.
Mhm.
And I have listened to a couple different people. There's a guy, Chords of Orion, Bill Venzel, who has an ambient channel. I've learned a few things from him. That's been helpful. But other than that, I really don't try to sound like anybody. In fact, the music I listen to, everybody here knows I'm a big Consider the Source fan. And
Woo! Yeah.
Gabriel Marin of Consider the Source is the absolute shit on guitar. Um, he plays a double neck, plays one of them is fretless, and it's like a one of a time guitar or one of a kind guitar. He's been on the show. I wouldn't mind getting him back actually sometime, because he
That
also,
would be cool.
yeah, aside from Consider the Source, and what really got me going with him, because I take lessons, um, was he plays the Dombra and dutar on the side. And actually, he plays a whole bunch of like Asian, Middle Eastern, Turkish instruments. And when I heard him playing the Dombra, I was in dutar, I was particularly interested. So I sent him an email and asked him if he, would you teach a beginner, someone that knows nothing? And he said, dude, in this country, almost everybody is a beginner.
Mhm.
As he tells me, he goes, you're in like a elite, small population. Not many people in this country play these instruments. So, you know, that is one of my huge influences. Although I would say I sound nothing like him, but things that he has taught me, I use. Like when we started out, I didn't have a Dombra or dutar. So I said, and if you watch him, he does this as Carnatic guitar. He doesn't use a slide. He slides with his finger, and
Mhm.
he's
Hmm.
unreal at it. And I endeavored. I said, if I could be a tenth as good as you, I'd be really happy. But I
Yeah,
don't. I don't play anything like him yet. I do use that, and that might be what Liza was hearing in this last song when you asked
Yes.
about
Yeah,
a slide.
I thought you were using a slide.
Right. So I probably was doing a bit of the Carnatic stuff that Gabe taught me that
Very
I do
cool.
completely different than Gabe. So
yeah,
Cool.
we had Gabriel Marin on maybe like a year ago,
yeah,
and it'd be
we're
great to
we're
have him
due.
on again because yeah,
Yes.
he's amazing and he's really down to earth and he's really easy to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a really good guy.
It's not common to have someone that can play the way he does and at the
And
level
Yeah.
he
yeah,
does and
be so
also
humble.
yeah, be
Yeah.
so humble.
Yeah, and you listen to Consider the Source, they're a bit on the heavy side. They do have a hybrid album where they use some of these other stuff, but on the side he has a solo. He does 8 million different projects. He goes over to Tajikistan. Sometime there's supposed to be an album out with him and this other renowned dutar player. So the guy is just unbelievably across the board musically. Can play about anything.
I was
Like
Mhm.
Fred.
sold I was sold when I saw him wear that Darmok at Gelad at Tanagra t-shirt.
Darmok and Jalad at
At
Tinagra
Tanagra.
when the
I
walls
I
fell.
I was a fan at that moment, his biggest fan. So
That's an easy way for nerds to identify each other because
yeah.
no one
David
else
is
is
a
going to
consummate
know what the
nerd.
hell's going on.
Yeah, the whole band are nerds, and
Awesome.
and they admit it. So
What were some of the other great phrases? I know it's when the walls fell,
When the walls fell
but there was one other. I mean, I forget. Oh,
on
man.
the ocean.
Oh, his hands wide open or his
Oh.
arms wide open.
Yes.
Oh no, that's a Creed song. With
Well,
arms wide open.
well, that as well. But when he was, yeah. But a lot of musicians are famous nerds, even though they're not all open about it, because for the longest time, being a nerd was not cool.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Jeff Beck's not going to get out there and say how much he loves Star Wars or anything because it'll hurt his street cred. But
Mm-hmm.
man, I've met and heard of so many, hard rock and roll musicians that are serious nerds too. So I love the idea of that T-shirt.
Well,
That's
look at
awesome.
us here. I mean, what do? We do sci-fi and we do music.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm trying to think. Should I do a little more of this? I mean,
Oh,
I
gosh.
had a few slides selected, but I don't know if the timings. Let's see. What did I have next? Is this appropriate or not? Oh, yes, it is. Quite appropriate.
What is this?
This is something that Swapper shared with me today. Well, maybe some other folks too. It's his contribution. This is supposedly, now I don't know if this is to be believed or not, but supposedly this at least purports that there's a headset that you can use to record your dreams. Now I know there's headsets that you can use to monitor your brainwave patterns. Like there's the Dream Headband that has EEG sensors, and basically it can sense what state you're in and basically record that to help you get a good night's sleep by giving you data feedback based on when you go into REM sleep, for how long, and all that sort of thing. And I know there's the REMI, which is a thing that's actually for lucid dreamers or people who want to have lucid dreams, where it gives you kind of like alarms when you're starting to enter REM sleep, and so that you can realize you're dreaming, or give you that wake back to bed method where you wake up and then you go back to bed and you have enough of your waking consciousness aware that you can get into lucid dreaming. But so far I haven't heard of anything that really is able to record your dreams.
Swappers probably created this as an AI or human
I was
Well,
going
challenge.
to ask,
he
is
didn't
this
he
for
didn't
real?
say to use it on the show or anything. He was just like, here you
Or
go.
he created it in Nano Banana.
The day they can see what you're dreaming is the day I'm in trouble. So
Yes. They were all in trouble. Goodness gracious.
Although I did attend, what was it, back in 2011 in the fall, I attended a conference at the Connecticut College. It was their biennial. Like every 2 years, they have a collection of arts and sciences things. And of course, I presented like my surround piece called Angel Wing. Also on the Wayfarer Project channel here. But that was presented there. And at that conference, they actually had some Google person there who was talking about their efforts to try and capture, dream imagery and everything. So they are working on it. And and I wouldn't be surprised, Google is definitely one of those companies that would do that sort of thing.
They're going to use our satellites against us.
Mm.
They said. Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's move on to some good
don't need that
news.
tech.
But Swappers is keeping us advised, so just be wary if
Thank
you
you,
see something
Swappers.
like that.
Yeah, thanks.
yeah, Swappers tends to know the bad things before they happen. So
Oh.
Yes, Yes.
I need this thing as badly as I need digital ID. Like,
Yeah.
privacy is already enough. My son once, he said, Dad, I think TikTok can read my mind.
No, TikTok has given
Uh-huh.
you a different mind.
Yes. Yes. There've been studies about this.
Yeah.
About how the algorithm isn't really measuring our behavior to curate our feed, but rather it's shaping our behavior. It's really fascinating, these studies, and super scary that we're
Yeah.
even talking about this. It's even a thing to look into. Crazy.
Well, now we're going to hear and see The Spirit of the Falls
Ah, there we go.
by Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley on the album now released, A Final Gesture. Here we go. Ooh, oh, I need to put myself back. There we go. What? Now I'm center.
Oh, where's Mike?
Well, I don't know.
Where'd
Hold
you
on.
put Mike?
Well, he's over here. He's still. Oh, it's not letting me drag and drop this time.
Oh no.
I think I need to go back to this,
Okay.
something like that. And where? Oh, it. You have a chat up. It's not letting me do it while the chat's up.
Oh,
There
sorry.
we
Go
go.
for it. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's just the Phobos.
Ooh.
Where's Mike? Is he here at all?
Mike,
Yeah.
where are you?
He's backstage. I can see him, but not on the screen.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
There
What's
we
going
go.
on. There he is. There we go.
I don't know what I did, but I disappeared. Oh my God.
And with me doing all sorts of wrong things, it didn't help.
So
Yeah.
I want to say on that song, because I have native instruments, which gives you a lot of things you can do on a keyboard, because I'm like not a drummer. So I try to create my own stuff, and I do have a didgeridoo program, but the didgeridoo you hear in this song is an actual didgeridoo.
All right.
Oh.
I own a didgeridoo. I
Mhm.
can't do circular breathing worth of crap, but I watched this guy on YouTube that had a little thing on how to do it without doing the circular breathing. So I whipped it out, got a microphone, and I had to do a lot of, some editing and stuff. But that is an actual Australian didgeridoo on that track.
Well,
Good.
Mike,
Yeah, I was gonna ask
I was
about
gonna
that.
ask the same thing. Yes, like is that you playing it? Because I know you have a huge instrument collection. Is that
Yeah,
you?
and it
Yeah,
didn't sound completely perfect like a sample might, where everything's exactly
no,
right all the way through.
Very
far be it.
organic.
I did a lot of editing to, no, I just sat there playing for, I don't know how long, 15, 20 minutes, and then pieced it together to get something that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I will not claim the didgeridoo as to my fame or anything. But
yeah, I play it, but not often enough to be great. But I can do the circular breathing,
boy,
and but it that can interrupt some of the musicality. So you really just got to be doing it all the time, constantly, so that the circular breathing is just almost like dribbling a basketball.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
for the benefit of the audience, folks, can we explain to people what circular breathing is?
Well, basically, it's where you're able to store enough air in your mouth and throat to keep enough air pressure going out that while you're squeezing out, you can take in some breath through your nose so that you never have to actually pause for a breath. You could keep the tone going. The trick of it is to keep the tone stable enough so it doesn't sound like while you're doing it, because that's common where, like, when you're doing that quick inhale through your nose, the pressure being squeezed out isn't steady enough or isn't quite strong enough that all of a sudden it just sounds a little bit weaker. And then all of a sudden, when your air goes back to normal, all of a sudden it surges in amplitude again and you get this whoa. Sometimes you could disguise it with some of the stuff you're doing by going and stuff, and so you could disguise it a little bit. But then that's what I mean, it kind of interrupts the musicality, because then you're kind of like, oh, I got to get the rhythm just right to cover up my circular breathing.
Yeah, if anyone thinks that's an easy instrument, like, oh, you just blow into it, it is complicated as hell. And
Yep.
anyone who's good at it, and I tell you, an artist that I really like that does it while he plays guitar and as a multi-instrument is Xavier Rudd. He's from Australia, but Xavier Rudd, he's got a lot of beautiful music, but he plays the didgeridoo in some of it, and it's incredible to watch.
So he
All
has
right.
like a holder that holds it, right? I guess.
Oh yeah. He's got like 3 of them
Mm.
when he.
All right, here we go.
Wait,
Istafobos has
yeah.
a contribution here.
Yeah, I'm going to get laughed at. So, an absolute master of his instrument and circular breathing, who happens to hold the Guinness Book of World Records. for holding a single note for 46 minutes
Jeez.
is Kenny G on the saxophone. I know. Oh, everybody laugh.
No.
Listen.
Every
Yeah.
saxophonist poops on Kenny G.
No,
Oh
he's
my
got
gosh.
chops. I never
He
pooped
does
on him. I
have
just said
chops.
he's
Yeah.
got chops. He can really play. It's just he chooses to do,
Yeah, he is
song
psyched.
good enough.
Pop music.
Actually, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he is pathologically obsessed with technique to an unhealthy degree. The guy's got millions. He practices like 9 hours a day, every day. Still, like he really is somewhat insane. And well, I laughed at his stuff, but then he did a bit with David Sanborn and BB King, and I'm like, wow. He was on the 25th anniversary Charlie Brown album,
Yeah.
playing Breadline Blues, and dude, it would bring tears to your eyes. Like,
Yeah,
but
I have that album.
I don't think there's anything he can't do on the instrument. Yeah, he might, whatever. You laugh at his Fabio Heron stuff, but the guy can hold a note for 46 minutes
Yeah.
while
Pretty
circular
good.
and
Although
it
on
has-
soprano, it is easier because I'm also a saxophonist, and soprano is the easiest saxophone to circular breathe
He
on.
only
Yeah.
plays soprano?
no, he can
He
play
plays tenor and
all
alto,
of them.
too.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. He really is a phenomenal instrumentalist. Whether or not you feel his composition has musical worth, that's
Well,
different.
there's
But
definitely better songs on the albums than just the hits. I mean, there's some
yeah,
songs that are really good.
yeah. As a technician, man, there's just nothing that he can't do on the instrument if he wants
Mhm.
to do. I've never seen anybody master. The last guy I was thinking of is Neil Peart. He used to practice 5-6 hours a day while they were touring. That's a little crazy.
Yeah. No.
No,
Another
no.
awesome musician.
Having hung out backstage with my friends that consider the Source,
Mm.
yeah, Gabe never puts his guitar down. John's always got a bass, and Jeff is always drumming on something. So
Yeah, I
these
used to
guys
practice.
they're serious musicians. Yeah.
I used to practice saxophone like 5 hours a day, but that's when I was making a living at it.
There's a lot of artists I appreciate their talent, even though their music. I'm not a big Joe Satriani fan, but the guy's a great guitar player.
Oh yeah.
It's like his music just doesn't really resonate with me.
Yeah,
Everybody's different.
yeah. Billy Gibbons has some stories from when he was really young, hanging out with Hendrix, and said he never put the guitar down.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was playing while he was eating, while they were hanging out, while he was drinking. They probably took it to bed. So, yeah, the guy's dedicated. But, I tried to do that stuff, I think, in college when I was playing, and I never got decent. I try to squeeze your cheeks out and inhale. I mean, it's rough. But
yeah, I'm not a horn player at all. Well, I play Native American flute, but yeah, there's no reeds.
No, there's no resistance.
Yeah. It's
And that's the hard part with the didgeridoo, because there is some resistance, but not a lot, So it's easier when you're doing some of those tonal things where you're pursing your lips more and just doing a little bit of.
yeah. I look at it like parkour. If somebody just tells you about it, you'll go, that's impossible. Nobody can do that. Then you see it and you're like, what the? And, and that's like circular breathing, man. It's incredible to see.
Well, anyway, I guess we got, let's see, any more questions about that piece though? I mean, there was moments in there I noticed that you had, like, I don't know if it was a cymbal or something like a tam sort of sound, maybe gongish, just some sort of cymbal roll and splash that it was like in a different effect than everything else. And so it sounded like it was in the room here with me. And I was
yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, I'm infamous for my many tracks. This one has 8. There's 2 of the guitar. There's actually, I use an EBow on one of the guitar tracks. But
Nice.
to what you're saying, yeah, I did use some native instrument stuff here. But there are some gongs in there.
Gong.
And there's a little bit of the dolak, which is an Indian instrument. which I'm doing on keyboards, but yeah.
Oh.
So Native Instruments gives you some nice stuff. Sometimes I like to add flavor. Sometimes I don't. I like to keep it real simple, like the first one we listened to. Not a whole lot. I've learned to curb back. I used to always think, oh, I need to add something here, or I need to add something there, and sometimes you don't. So
Yeah.
So are you describing there's sort of a part where the rhythm changes and picks up and you have the hi-hats going, which sound really good. If those were digital, they really did sound
It was
natural.
more of a wash. I mean, no, it was more of a wash, like a whoosh type of sound. I guess that was a gong then. But
yeah, that probably
there was a
was.
couple moments where it happened, but I guess you recorded it in the room, and so it didn't have the reverb on like the other things. And I think it was a good choice because actually it made me kind of like separate a little bit from it, and it sounded a little bit more, I don't know, shall we say, abstract that way.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the part.
Good word to use with my music.
No, the part near closer to the end there, the tempo kind of picks up for a while. I definitely sort of enjoyed breaking up the song like that, and I thought he was sort of simulating very lightly a regular drum kit. I mean, I did hear other cymbal sounds, but there was just a chicka, 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 chicka kind of thing going on it. And
Yeah, that's Native Instruments. It's a program called Empire Breaks. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I found my foot tapping without thinking about it, which is always a good sign. So,
but I tend to like, rather than just because I use Studio One and it comes loaded with loops. I generally don't like. In fact, I don't. I took them all off of it. It's wasted space for me. I don't want to just piece together. I like to, at least if I can, I'm not a drummer. At least if I'm going to do something, I want to do it on a keyboard and where I'm doing something with my hands, changing whatever. In other words, I feel like at least I'm creating something.
Yes.
I'm not just throwing a loop on there that someone else did. I'm at least using a program to create something.
Yeah, and at the same time,
and I like to keep that to a very big minimum. I prefer. That's why a lot of my songs don't have any drums on them. Now I do play handpan. I think there's one or two songs on this that have the handpan on it.
Yeah, I like to play in the drums myself too, because then I can make it exactly what I want rather than find the best option.
Yeah, you feel like you're at least
that's not quite it anyway. Yeah. All right. Let me see here. I'm going to see what's next here. And then we'll.
Popper's contribution.
Yeah, that was his contribution. Well, here I was going to talk about raspberries, but I don't know if the vibe is right. What I meant by raspberries was like, that sort of thing. But
yeah, that's what I get a lot of time when I do play the didgeridoo.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's harvest time, folks. I don't know that raspberries are in season. But
No,
I think we're past that on the bears.
Pumpkin
The bears
time.
eating all the berries.
All right. So anyway, beyond that, we will do one thing here.
oh gosh. Yeah.
Can you pick out anybody here that might be at this Renaissance fair?
By golly, I think I'm way back there by the trees.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be the three of us, Mike, Liza, and myself, but it basically, like it does with a lot of things, it merged us into one and distributed variations of our offspring across the land.
I see.
None of those look like Mike.
Well, I was going to say, now Liza's avatar makes perfectly good sense.
Yes, the bewildered look. This was preparing for stable diffusion.
Yeah, you knew this was coming. You were
yes.
prepared.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Okay. So, do we want to kind of look at reality and fantasy a little bit?
I don't
That's
know.
a real loaded question.
Yeah.
Well, there's a piece of music
Well,
here
we've had a lot of
called
fantasy tonight in the videos.
there's
There's
a
a lot of
piece of
fantasy.
music here entitled Where Real Becomes Fantasy.
Yes.
Ah.
So I think that's appropriate here. Let's give this a shot. I think we're going to do maybe about half. I'll try to find a good pause point.
Is that one of the? That must be one of the longer ones.
Well, it's 12:50. And, you know, I think about 7 minutes, 8 minutes is about where I'm willing
Fair
to go
enough.
solid on a live stream. I mean, folks, please listen to this piece on your
Well,
own.
then they'll just have to buy the dang thing and listen to the
Yeah,
rest.
maybe. This is on YouTube too, but you know, you go there, play a playlist, man. Give us some Mike, give Mike some watch time. Here we go.
Yes. Awesome. And love Wizard Mike at the end.
Well, in answer to your question, Liza, uh, Journey is an hour long, and I'm pretty sure that has some AI in it. I think it's a mix, but that's an hour long.
Yes.
That's on
I
Bandcamp too, and
well,
on
I
YouTube.
mean something more like because I know that Journey has a long it's a long piece and it does have accompanying images, but I mean something more structured like a narrative with maybe a narrate. You have a great voice for narration. It's something like a storybook.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Journey is all about narrative. Well, there's no narrative, but the whole idea, I guess, for me is that I don't want there to be a narrative.
Okay.
So the journey, it could be anybody's journey.
Right.
I mean, I put a lot of stuff. I mean, some of the stuff that's in that video is relates to me, and some of it does not. But I'm going to have. I redid Seasons, which is about 25 minutes long, and eventually I'm going to put a video that's all AI to that out, and that's about 25 minutes. But most of them, the idea. I mean, the videos are nice. Um, you kind of hope that somebody might actually want the music to like go to bed or meditate, or I mean, that's kind of the idea behind a lot of my music. Really, is being more meditative.
Super cool. I just thought that your music has the potential to tell a beautiful story, and especially with the images that you match up, you intuitively know what works well with the music. And as I mean, I'm big on musical theater, opera. I like. I'm coming from the perspective of a composer of stage pieces that tell a story. I think you'd be extremely good at it.
Yeah,
And
what
right,
you have to say has a narrative, or spoken word. I just call it spoken word, but what you
yeah,
have to say,
Mhm.
cool.
and that one's on YouTube and Bandcamp. I,
Well, I
yeah, I
gotta
really,
go back and review that.
yeah, I put a lot of stuff out this year on
Yeah.
Bandcamp, just like
Mike,
one
you're so
song.
prolific. It's hard to keep up. It's crazy hard. I mean, wow, I've never met someone so prolific. Wow.
Yeah, but I couldn't stop that, folks. So yeah, that was the full piece because there was
Yeah, that's a
nowhere
pretty
to
good
stop.
song, ain't it?
Yeah,
I mean, and the thing is,
yeah, you could tell.
all ego aside, I mean, you know me well enough. I am like my worst critic.
Yeah.
In this year, I've really felt good about a lot of my music and in my own personal meditations. I mean, that's how come I released the Rune series. That was all recorded in 2023. It's like 8 hours of music. They're all like 20-minute plus, and I've been putting that out on YouTube too. But it's on, and it's Name Your Price. 8 hours of music. Name your price. But I put that out because of one of my own meditations where it came to me that I needed to put this out there, and I kind of get that repetitively in a lot of my meditations, is that and feedback that I get. I have a friend that does some journey work with people and stuff, and he's asked to use some of the music. So Seasons is particularly, I find that to be a very healing piece for me. So I don't just put this music out there, I listen to it, I use it. So it's very personal for me, which I think is a good thing.
Hmm.
Yes, if it doesn't speak to you, how do you expect it to
Yep.
speak to anyone
Right,
else? It has to
right,
start with you.
exactly.
Yeah, always.
I feel like I really need a campfire on a beach or in the mountains to fully
Yes.
appreciate this, but it's been quite fun. That was an extraordinary piece that you just played.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it does have a sitar in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I like the way the songs are coherent, but they do evolve and change over the course of time. So it's
Oh yeah.
interesting to see. It's not just verse chorus, bridge verse chorus.
Oh no.
You're definitely going from one place to another place, and it's
Yeah,
kind of cool
that's
to
the
see you get there.
that's kind of the beauty, and I guess could be the curse of improvisational music is that, yeah, it and often it's interesting how often it takes me not where I had in my head. It takes me other places,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
that's why I also sometimes I jokingly I'll refer to chaos music, but that's where I go. I don't know if that's really meditative or it's more electronic,
Yeah.
and sometimes I sit down with the idea of doing a meditative piece, and then it goes
Go
bonkers
somewhere
crazy.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
you know, which is
Well,
kind of cool in and of itself too, and nice
Yes, it
for
is. Love improv.
yeah,
Yes.
channeling spirit always yields good results.
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Mike,
yeah,
what's your
yeah.
favorites? What's your favorite song on this new album?
Oh my gosh. I don't even think in them terms, really. I mean, honestly, that's why I said I really am happy with this release, and it started, with a final gesture because my brother wanted it, and I put it on Patreon. I put the video out there, and a lot of times on my Patreon page, I will put I got a lot of stuff on YouTube. I have a ton of stuff on YouTube. I mean, I can't, I don't want to do releases every other, week. So quite often I'll put the music for a download for the people that are on my Patreon page, which is a whopping $2 a month. So,
Hmm.
uh, for the music tier, but I have hiking blogs and other stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's
Cool.
how that kind of started. He was like, "Are you going to put that out?" So I put it on Patreon, and then 2 days later, I'm putting a whole release together because I thought I do have a lot of good songs that I could probably from
Yeah.
this year alone.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
There's
pretty much happy with all of them.
Mike,
no.
we need your album cover on a t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a possibility.
Yeah, Bonfire is an excellent platform for that. Yes.
yeah,
High quality.
you can get anything put on a shirt now, or a mug, or pretty much
Oh yeah,
anything.
yeah. I used to be on Zazzle. I finally kind of closed it out, but wasn't really.
Yeah.
After several months, you made $2 or something crazy. It and you put 100 hours of work into it.
Yeah. Well, we've
It's
been
kind of like my
happy with
Patreon page. I've put a ton of work into it. I have
we
a handful of people, but
we've been happy with Bonfire because if it doesn't sell, it doesn't hurt. It's
Doesn't cost you
there,
anything.
oh
Yeah.
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
The one you
also
got
have
yours on.
they have the recyclable, the recycled fibers, all these sustainable things, and they have the organic cotton and all the color selections you could ask for, and
And
they've
the
been
wrap
reliable.
certified,
Yeah,
you
Liza's
know,
shirts are
yeah.
good. I mean, she's wears them and stuff, and I'm gonna buy a few of my own stuff for Christmas and everything, and
That's
you
what
know,
I ended up doing on Zazzle because
yeah,
I had a lot of stuff, and what little money I made, I bought a put stuff on T-shirts for family, and
yeah,
Hey, you make stuff that you'd like to have yourself, and
yeah,
if you like it, somebody else is gonna like it. So
right, right.
Well, we do have one more piece of music,
One
but
more.
I think before that we have actually a couple more
oh no, the
slides.
Renaissance fair.
Well,
Ay.
well, it's no, well, you can. I mean, there's nothing says autumn or fall festival quite like a Renaissance fair because the Renaissance took place in fall.
Did it now?
I guess.
Ay ay ay.
Uh,
What do we have here?
on the left,
Mm-hmm.
well, I think we have two offsprings that were merged together and created from the seed of Mike and William
Uh,
Shatner. And then on the right, I think that is Mike and Leonard Nimoy at a Renaissance fair.
No, it isn't.
Well.
Mike, don't let him insult you this way. Gosh.
Oh, I was trying. That's why I was looking close.
Defend your honor, Mike.
No, the guy on the left-hand side of the right-hand picture looks like if Simpsons Leonard Nimoy came to life.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there you go.
gosh.
That was supposed to be Mike. The guy on the right's supposed to be Leonard Nimoy.
No.
It looks more like Leonard Nimoy, but in a very I don't know how to quantify it, but it looks, you know what I mean? It's kind of got the Simpsons.
That's bizarre.
I don't know. It's all like
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
the thumb is a
I'll
little
give
bizarre.
Lawrence this. I mean, if you're gonna throw me into this AI world, at least associating me with Leonard Nimoy is cool.
Yes.
Or
Well,
William Shatner.
we had Babylon 5 for 2 weeks. We got to give our Star Trek people some.
Wait, did you
right.
AI
Some
Mike
stuff.
with Lando Molari or something?
No,
I
I
would like
didn't.
to see what that.
No, I didn't try that yet. I think AI
I don't
does
know what
it
AI he
automatically.
uses because and I know we don't have time to play it, but go to YouTube. It's out there today. The last song on the album is the Bizarre World of MMHG, Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley, and it has
Oh yes, I
all
ran into
kinds.
that.
It has all kinds of AI of me.
Yeah, but they actually look like Mike, Lawrence. It's
they
not
actually look
Stable
like-
Diffusion Mike. Yeah,
Yes.
like
Well,
various renditions of Mike in different styles.
why wouldn't people want to see more inventive mics?
Is
Well,
that we're not
anyway.
getting Mike at all? That's the trouble.
All right. Well, how about, I don't know. How about this? There's just Mike on his own.
Well, that looks a little better.
Yeah, there we go, Mike.
Hey, 31 likes. Wow.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you,
Ooh.
That's
folks.
an old hippie.
that could almost pass for me 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Well,
a little more
Bigger
classically
question
handsome.
is
I
how
think.
many people are still watching?
Well, we do have 15 watching,
That's
and
not
we
bad
have
for this time.
unactive.
No,
Yeah, active chat. No, Mike.
that's not bad after slides
Although
like
I think
this.
I actually lost a subscriber. I swear I was at 194, and now I looked a little while ago. I'm at 193.
Well, a
Look-
lot of that is
yeah.
also YouTube.
We're supposed to go the other way, folks.
No, YouTube purges subscribers after time if they don't visit frequently and stuff sometimes. So, yeah, that always happens. As soon as you get like a surge of subscribers, you lose a couple, and then it starts going forward again.
Yeah,
after
try
that.
not to track that day to day. It'll really.
Yeah.
No, I just
Mess with your
remember I had a
mind.
new subscriber the other day, and it put me at 194. And I was just looking at my channel a while ago, and it said 193 because. Anyway,
I had one person, contact me. It was like a year ago. Anybody remember Princess Fiona? She subscribed to the
Oh,
Wayfarer Project,
yeah.
and then she was on in the chat at B-roll stage or something, and messaged me. You know what? YouTube for some reason unsubscribed me from your channel.
People have told me that too.
Well, and this is something where
Yeah.
not much time had passed, and
Yeah.
it's like she was.
shame
at
on
least-
you, YouTube.
I don't know what's going on in the background.
Yeah,
of
I'll
YouTube.
get unsubscribed from channels that I watch regularly, but something I subscribed 4 years ago, I'm still subscribed to, and
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
gone there.
Now that
so
makes sense.
it's YouTube themselves don't even know what's going on at YouTube because the programmers that originally created the system, they're long gone, and the people hired to replace them aren't as good. I'm
Yep.
convinced it's a black box to them, and that's why they break something every time they try to make a change because they don't even know how it works anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So who's this hot babe in the middle of these old farts?
It's supposed to be Liza. It's supposed to be the three of us, but somehow
Well-
Liza and I are just holding up one finger. I don't know.
At least you're not holding up 6.
Or at least you're not holding up the finger.
Oh,
Alrighty,
yeah.
I know you're saying Mike's number one.
That's what
Yeah,
we're
of
saying.
course.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not doing
And
anything
I'm being
vulgar.
humble and saying, nah, number two.
Oh,
Listen, I'll try to get it to just spell one word, and I'll put it in quotes, and I'll say exactly like this, and it gives me all kind of, like you said, lorem ipsum stuff. Like, to spell your entire name and album correctly on the first time, I'm just baffled.
yes.
Yeah.
Gemini has been pretty good. Now, Chat GPT, hit and miss.
I tried to do Cracker Barrel, and man, I mean, 100 times and still couldn't get the spelling right. Like, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
surprised that came out. That was the first try. That amazed me.
Yeah, Liza and I do a little bit of reviewing of stuff for things that we can't talk too much about, but
It's top secret.
now we get some
Ooh.
videos come our way where you see the word motel, and then it pans a little to the right and it pans back and it says the word motor all of a
Motor.
sudden
Without
instead of
any-
motel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
So anyway, I think we're going to finish off tonight with Mythical Waters.
Ooh, there we go.
All right, so let us go. Oh, right. Wow. That's another heavy one.
You know what that got me thinking? Like every country that has a seashore or by a large body of water has some kind of mermaid myth. Kind of makes me wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
Like all of these countries independently came up with mermaids. So when
What were people seeing?
yeah, it kind of makes me wonder. So you had one with the bindi. I was thinking, oh yeah, India has mermaids. They're called like pranji or pranaji or something. And
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
then I
kind of
started thinking
world.
everybody.
Huh.
Yes.
Had them
Yeah.
from all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah. Swappers is in a Blade Runner world right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
yeah, I haven't had any negative comments. There were a couple skirting the edge ones in there
Oh, oh, Blade
by
Runners.
design.
Oh,
By design.
yeah. Blade Runner, I mean, yeah, Vangelis did a magnificent job with that score. And
oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we did that in
Well,
3
yes,
episodes a year ago.
I'm humbled by those comments. Thank you for putting me in some good light there.
Yeah, that's a real ambivalent thing to be in Blade Runner world. Like it would be totally cool, but at the same time, that's not a happy place, man. Like
No.
No.
No. No, yeah, that's one thing, but at least he's seeing it from a distance, I guess. So that's fine. Now, this electronics and guitar, I think, I mean, you have a way of doing that where they really merge well together,
Thank you.
and that's something Robot mentioned before, and yeah, definitely true. Now, Robot loves herself the craft work, so. If she's able to say some things like that, that means you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of that is what I think that's what really makes me unique from a lot of things that are out there is that I try to combine all these different world instruments in together and make music with them, which is not always easy. So, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, well, I
I
bought
know.
this.
And Mike, I agree with Scott. You'd make a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I no, go
You'd
ahead.
make a.
A
Go ahead.
great
I'm
film
sorry.
scorer. I agree with. I was agreeing with Scott Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was reading that
Yeah.
comment.
He says that
Yeah.
that the scores you could create
Well, I think
would
it would.
beat a lot
Well,
of some new scores.
one thing is, yeah, definitely the sound is there and the experience. But one thing that would be maybe difficult, and this is what I found difficult with it, is when in film, a lot of times you have these things called directors that are there and they're telling you what to do,
Sure.
and they're saying, you don't
Hmm.
put music there, you put it here, and you'd have to find just the right director that you could gel with and things like that. Otherwise, it can be really hard.
Or Mike
And
can AI generate his own movie and
oh
score
yeah,
it. I'd
yeah,
watch it. Be
yeah.
like a cool movie
Yeah, I see that
music
happening in
video
a
type
year or two.
thing.
Pretty soon, less like everyone has YouTube channels now. Pretty soon, everyone's going to be making movies, and it's like,
Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call anyone a dude, but
All the
it
young
goes some for.
dudes.
I would be excited to write a story and have AIs, interpret it, and I would love to write the score for that. I mean, it would be so much fun to do.
It's hard to get consistency.
hmm
Now
That's
it
the
is,
hardest
but
part.
yeah.
Oh
From
no, I
the
have a few files of. Well, it was before I started using Gemini, but with the Chat GPT, where like I created this one day. I created this superhero Hawk Woman, and
ooh, Lady Hawk.
yeah,
I love
but
it
but
exploding
but
out
the thing
in the
is,
mind.
Chat GPT can't keep the consistency of it. She kept changing and changing. Maybe one day I'll put out a
Yeah.
video anyway of it, but it's like 1 minute she's very realistic, another minute she's cartoonish, 1 minute she's wearing, it just
Yeah.
keeps changing and fluctuating. And I've done 2 or 3 like that, and I finally was like, okay, it won't stay consistent.
Oh my! But the thing is, we won't have to wait long for a really good piece of software to come out and it be accessible to all of us. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I'm
this
sure.
technology is
Yeah.
making leaps and bounds day by day, and I'm serious. I mean, it would be.
But you
I
know
mean,
what people want to watch though?
what's that?
I think is that Taylor Swift. I'm not sure what the
No,
like.
people sitting in their damn
Oh,
kitchen just the music and doing crazy dumb shit, and people
oh,
they got 1 million views and a 10,000 subscribers,
Oh
and
my!
that's
yeah,
all their videos are is them doing stupid shit in their kitchen or
Oh my!
yard.
You don't
I
know
mean,
the beginning and end
seriously.
of it.
I
yeah.
mean, it,
It gets
it's
much
it's
darker than
crazy.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing
I
what
figured
the
what's going to
algorithms push.
happen.
Yeah.
I figure what's going to happen is I'll drop dead, and then suddenly I'll be, a major, artist. People will be like, "Man, that guy was good." He's dead. Oh,
Look, it's if I
be like
mean
Beethoven or something. I don't know.
we gotta be true to ourselves and produce honest art, whether it gains traction or not. Because while we are living, we are creating, and creating connects us with the creator, and that keeps us
Well,
going. This world is very hard, and we
this
need divine connection. So,
well, and that's my thing. That is, and that's what I post on, my Facebook page and
mhm.
other places. Um, I in a world where everyone, not everyone, but people are divided and at each other's throat and hating
Mhm.
everybody. I want to be that guy that's putting out a message of love, a message of peace, meditation, calm, chilling. That's my whole thing. I think I put a video out one time. I posted around midnight. I don't know. I have no idea if, but in my spiritual meditation, I was told to put this video out, and I put a message. If there was anyone hurting, thinking of doing themselves in, that's the kind of thing I want to put out there, because then
Hmm.
and that's what I hope. Maybe no one ever saw it. I don't know. But if one person watches a video and maybe they're like, well, maybe I won't do this tonight.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that's kind of
that's
where
that's
I'm at.
how
I'm trying to get
Brown
good vibes
started.
out to the world.
That's how Mr. Brown started. It was just started streaming some hangouts on YouTube, to try and help people that were, going through stuff in 2020,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it caught
exactly.
on. But yeah, definitely, it's
So yeah, I don't. I hope my music instills a good vibe.
yeah,
That's the whole idea.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Mike.
I do feel better after hearing it
Yeah.
this night.
Here we have an epic collaboration in the making, folks. World of Swap Shop, also known as Star Wars Retold, says if I could write a few
Whoa.
audio drama or even create a movie, I'd have Mike score it. Mike,
Well, thank you. Thanks.
the
I
great
mean, I have
writer
had people
himself.
tell, yeah, I've had some people comment on some songs that, I have a friend that said you should do a soundtrack. He even gave me a bunch of links because I guess he knows some people that do it. But the only thing I found was, it's one of these where you pay this company to put your song in the mix with,
Mm,
1,000
yeah,
other songs or
yeah.
whatever. And,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, I don't know.
yeah, and
I don't have a lot of money. That's,
yeah, right. Yeah, a
I
lot of
mean, if
that
I
pay to
sell
play
stuff,
stuff.
maybe I would do it. But, you know,
Yeah, and with at least new films in the majority now, it's just like there's something missing in all of it, in
Yeah.
story, and then
Yes.
also even visually, it is something.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it has
it
no
looks some.
soul.
It looks
Hmm.
somewhat synthetic. It's
Yeah,
almost like it's already AI, and
Yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot of that
Well,
out there.
yeah, I mean, it might as well be AI. It's written by a corporate machine and
Yeah.
processed beyond any reasonable.
Yes.
Have any of you heard of a guy named Glenn Velez? I think
No.
he's from South America. Um, so he was probably pretty big on the touring circuit about 20 years ago. He's one of those percussionists and does throat singing, but he
Yeah.
he's sort of,
oops.
it's amazing. He'll play 6 or 7 percussion instruments at once by attaching them to his knees and his ankle and doing different polyrhythms with different parts of his legs,
Oh my gosh.
and the same things with his hands. And he does this very, very intense throat singing, and he can sound like a group of about 15 people. And he used to
What?
tour a lot. I saw him, like around 20 years ago in California a lot. So he would go, he wasn't filling an arena or anything. But amongst the musicians, a lot of people had heard of him. So yeah, it would sound like 12 different people playing together in a drum circle, but it was just him. And his ability to do independent rhythms with his limbs was absolutely astonishing. And
And no loops, no
no,
live
no,
processing?
no, this is all live.
Oh
So,
no, there's a lot of that out there now.
yeah.
There's even like there's a heavy metal band from Mongolia called the Hu HU that do a lot of that throat singing. There's a lot of bands.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's why his music is still I think he's categorized as world music, and
Mhm.
it sounds good on the recordings, but what's impressive is that it is single track, and you don't really know that until you see him live and see everything
Right.
he's doing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's
Mhm.
absolutely astonishing, but some of his stuff kind of has a feel of what we've just been listening to, which is why
Mm,
I brought him up. It's
yeah,
definitely
I see him there on YouTube. I'll check something live out.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
you know
that takes some talent too.
yeah, I'm lucky to play twos on one hand and threes on the other, but
Well,
this guy,
they don't just do notes. They do chords, which is just boggling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do that without destroying my throat. It's
I've
just
heard you do octaves and fifths. It's not bad. It's
yeah, but
pretty
it
good.
also sounds like it's really not.
There was one time I
No, never mind.
I think you came out of your office to find out what was going on, but I was practicing something that my voice teacher was giving me to do, and I think I might have hurt myself in the
Yeah.
process. And when I started up again, I kid you not, one person without a computer, without going through any processing, I produced a tritone.
Mm.
It was a clear and it was loud. I don't know how your vocal folds can do that. And
Maybe just
if I tried
a
today,
flat
couldn't reproduce
five.
it.
The fifth was flat.
I mean, I can do throat singing. I've
Oh.
attempted it. I know with my an improv band that I used to play with, they wanted me to experiment and they wanted me to try some throat
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and I couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, I'd
And
have to coat my throat with like Vaseline first or something.
I don't know how it works. I think I've done something. I don't know what the interval was, but for sure with this thing that I was doing for Lisette, it was a tritone for sure, and I couldn't reproduce it. I don't remember how it feels like, so I can't reproduce it. But man, yeah, people can do that.
It's
People can do
amazing.
that. Amazing, yeah.
there
Buddhist monks have been doing it for centuries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
humans are capable. I never thought I'd see a guy, run 20 feet up a wall either. Like the human body is capable of amazing things at the very end of that bell curve. And I'm sure some people have such muscular control over their voice box that they can bifurcate their vocal cords
Yeah.
and create multiple, openings and overtones. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not something you're going to see at the local pub usually, but
Now, if you can
uh,
get polyphony,
yeah, yeah.
Well, you can with a computer in real
Wait,
time,
yeah.
sure.
wait, isn't that illegal except in Utah?
Ah. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh my.
Cool beans.
Okay. Well, on that note, I think we're past our 2 hour mark now. So it was great seeing you again, Mike. And of course, you're usually here every week. So,
Typically, yes.
and hearing the music and stuff. Next week, it looked like, as of last week, I think our decision was set. We're going to try Space 1999 next week. But I think what I'm going to do, I know we want to do it at some point for sure, but whether we do it next week or a little later is going to depend on what Liza says when she actually tries it out to see if she really wants to.
But
Space 1999. I mean, we'd probably just do like the first episode and talk about it. Maybe
folks,
the whole series and the composer, but
I'm hungry to get back into Babylon 5.
oh, well,
Yeah.
I think we yeah, I
This
mean,
might
that's one
do- I was
thing. We
gonna
were
say
just
that.
doing Babylon 5 and I'm like Space 1999.
I've been watching it.
Well, it looks like people want to see it, but
Listen, just knowing the other things she likes, I think she'll enjoy that too. She obviously has, good science fiction tastes. So
Oh,
right.
thank you, Stepholos. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Well, okay,
VAI
I will keep an
fairy
open
art.
mind.
Oh no, that was something before. I was trying to see what Robot had to say because
Oh, Robot has been contributing wonderful
I
facts
know,
throughout.
Yes.
wonderful. But what
Yes.
does she
Yeah.
think about Space 1999? Does she want to do that next week?
Robot, what do you think of Space 1999? I am not familiar with it. What do you think?
I'm not either.
why not start
Trying
at
to watch
UFO?
Babylon 5.
Mike was just getting into Bab 5, mister.
Oh
Yeah, I
no,
think
we
up
are
to,
definitely coming back to it. It's just
8
we
or
can't
something.
do it all the time. I mean, we got to space some things out, and we need to do a little Star Trek. Because I mean, we got to balance it too. We can't be too, weighted in one
We
way
should
or another.
just do the hokey pokey because that's what it's
I
all
know
about.
Star Trek
Yes.
5 was
Yes,
definitely
that's
one
what
thing.
it's all about.
Oh, you got to that one, huh?
It doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah, I was just
Awesome.
like you at least got past episode 5, I'm pretty sure. So you already know who Bester is, right?
He shows up pretty quick.
Yeah, like
I
episode
think
5.
it's 6 or something.
Like
yeah.
Mike, you know who Bester is?
Somebody noticed.
What?
Good job, Robot.
Yes, good job, Robot. There we
From
go.
the, I assume you're talking about the previous video, and that was by design. Hopefully, I don't get sued by Roger Dean, but in that video,
Oh yeah, yes, artwork.
there's about a dozen, and I said I said do such and such a scene in the style of Roger Dean, and there's at least a dozen of them in there, and I was like, ooh man, that's pretty. I mean, it doesn't copy anything of his, but it is definitely the style of Roger Dean.
Yeah.
Good eye,
One
Robot.
of my favorite bands from the '70s. I mean, I was a big Yes fan, and
Yeah,
a
we
fan
did
of Roger Dean.
Tales from Topographic Oceans.
Yeah, I got some of that art on my wall in the music room.
Yeah, he had an exhibit out when I was living in California at a gallery. I didn't realize how huge his stuff is.
Yes made him really big.
Yeah, and
I mean, obviously he was known, but
no, big as in like 12, 20 feet canvases kind of thing. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize, you see an album cover and you figure, okay, maybe a little bigger. No, man, his stuff will fit on a wall. It's enormous.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Yeah, very unique artist, definitely.
Yeah, so I was just hoping to figure out next week for sure. I think we'll do that. Liza will check out Space 1999. And if she's like, I mean, we'll do it at some point anyway, but if she wants to do it next week, we will. If not, I know that the first episode of season 1, I think, is on YouTube for free. At
Is
least
it?
that's where I
Okay.
saw it. Yeah, so we could check that out. But if she decides, well, maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll,
Maybe we'll just sit and stare at each other for
yeah,
2 hours.
Yes, yeah,
maybe,
perhaps.
or
Yeah,
Star Trek 5.
just to share, like YouTube's been showing movies that either have limited commercials or free, depending on how you watch them. So like you can watch Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan on YouTube now for free.
Nice.
So yeah, it looks like they're still expanding their content offerings.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I wanted to ask you if you're going to do Space 1999, why not start at UFO, which was his series that preceded that?
It's a different series.
Yeah, but it definitely is a different series because it's called UFO, but
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, same Derek Medding stuff. Like you can definitely see the evolution from one to the other. And I think UFO was like 72. It was earlier.
Okay. Well,
Um,
is it available on like Tubi or is it on YouTube or?
oh, it might be. Availability could be an issue. Like I bought the DVDs when they came out. It's it's only one season, but it might be. I'll look it up and message you.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quickie here. Just I think I'm on Tubi. No.
That's what I'm watching Babylon 5 on Tubi.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
limited commercials. It's not too horrifying.
But you did see Bester come in, right? From Psycor.
He means Chekhov.
Yes, that's the last. I watched that
Yeah.
last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to spoil the
Yeah,
surprise
I'm very
if he
slow. I
hadn't
mean, I don't
yet.
watch a lot of TV, so having
Yeah.
time for
Yeah.
Gosh, it was hard seeing him as
an
another
asshole.
character. Yes. Yes. My beloved nuclear vessel guy is an evil bastard.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah. I totally forgot by the end of the series that he was ever Chekhov.
Yeah, but remember they have a whole episode kind of from his point of view where he's the hero and mundanes are kind of the assholes. So
I don't remember that one.
nobody on that show is all good or bad, and whoever you like on there, you're not going to like them all the way through, and
Yeah.
whoever you hate on that show, you're not going to hate them all the way through either. So it's that's one of the things I love about the show. Nobody stayed the same.
Right.
I'm just doing a quick search about that UFO thing. These are results. No, I
Yeah.
didn't get any.
Liza, I think it was season 5, where there's a killer breaks loose from Psycor, and he takes 2 young interns to Babylon 5 to catch the killer, and it's all from his point of view, and he's like the hero.
Oh, I don't know how, but I don't remember this episode. Yeah. Look forward to catching that. I remember him sort of being a good guy when they were at war towards the end of the Shadow War, and they found out that they needed telepaths. They found out that telepaths were in the shadow ships, and his girlfriend was in the ship, and you kind of
Yeah, they sort of
see.
come to an agreement, but
Yeah.
he's not the good guy. So
No, no. But yeah, I don't remember that episode, and that's
which
cool.
one? Which
Um,
one?
an episode
You
in
talking about
season
where
5.
where Bester has
Bester-
to his telepath kill someone?
well, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
It's I don't is it called the
Oh,
I don't know.
where
I can look it up real quick.
Mhm.
So I don't want to say too much if there's
Right, yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, Bester is a complex character, even though
Very,
yeah, largely not, you know.
All right. World
Yeah,
swap shop.
Swappers is saying UFO or Space
He says they're
99.
both good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. All right, we'll do that. I think we may have to do Space 1999 if I can't get UFO. I see it's on Amazon, but it does cost money. I'll see if I could.
oh,
We'll see what happens, but um, all right, yeah, let's do one of those next week. I mean, Swappers,
Well,
you
to
know,
be fair, the chat
encouraging
did
me.
request Space
Yes,
1999,
yes,
so
yes.
we promised that to
All
them.
right,
that's
all
fair.
right.
It's also
Yeah.
on Tubi, so I can watch it.
Oh, there
Um,
you go.
the episode is called "The Korra's Mother, the Korra's Father." It's season 5, episode 13. So pretty much
Oh wow.
smack dab halfway through the 5th season. It's kind of how they wrap up the telepath storyline, which they couldn't do fast enough for me, as far as I'm concerned. Like, in fact, there's a whole fan edit of the first half of season 5 that gets rid of the annoying elements of that and is much more pleasant to get through. But the second half of season 5 is still really good. So
hmm
there's basically 2 big storylines in the last season, and so the second half of the season is mostly about the Centauri. But the first half is all the telepaths that are hiding out on Babylon 5. So
Okay.
that's with Byron, and man,
Oh
I
yeah,
could,
Yes, I
Byron.
remember that with
Yeah, he
with
bothered
Lita
me.
and made her a bad guy.
Well,
yeah,
I
I
was
mean, the way that they had used her, you could
yeah,
see why, you know.
yeah.
yeah. Well, you know, that whole storyline was supposed to be Ivanova's. Um,
What?
Oh,
Oh, okay. That in fact would have been more interesting.
yeah, because of, you know, she's the one that was trying to help them escape the Psychor because of
Yeah.
her unique
uh,
circumstances. And the other part, of course, and yeah, so basically they had 2 characters fill in Ivanova's storyline, but neither of them really did it as well as she would have done. But
Right.
um,
mm-hmm.
the thing is, you can actually, and trust me, you can watch Korra's Mother, the Korra's Father, outside of any order because it is absolutely standalone, especially since you've seen the series before. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give anything away. It is a complete standalone episode done from the Psychor and Bester's point of view. So if you wanted to like watch that now, you could. It wouldn't spoil
Ooh,
anything,
sounds like a plan.
except it would mess with your head as far as what you
Oh,
were supposed to think about Bester.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
Yeah. No, I kind of remember. I remember seeing him like in a sweater coming over to someone's apartment and just talking a little bit about stuff
Yeah,
and
he has a boss, he has annoying underlings, you know. He's the thing is, if you were a telepath, man, he'd be your guy. He's
yeah.
absolutely like it's frustrating because, well, I'm not really you know, man, I wanted him to die in the show so bad when he first showed up, and he kept coming back and they were never getting rid of him. And then you realize from his point of view, you know, he's really the good guy.
Yeah. Well, on that note, folks, now next week it will be either UFO. It'll be Jerry Anderson UFO or Space 1999, and we'll talk about the series overall, but also pick an episode, And then after that, we're back to our things. I think at some point we're going to do a little bit of Genesis, the band, and then maybe Genesis of the
Genesis.
Daleks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Star Trek 5's coming soon,
It's
too.
Planet Forbidden.
Yep.
Sci-fi.
That was Star Trek 3.
Yes, I know, but you said Genesis, so
Genesis is Planet
Planet Forbidden.
Forbidden. All right,
Oh
folks. But
god.
I think we got to call it a night.
All right, folks, please let's get Mike to 200 subs. So
Yep.
mosey down to the video description box and
Yeah.
navigate to his channel. And yes, adieu.
And yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thank you for joining us, Sister Phobos.
Oh,
Yes.
my pleasure. Always a blast to be here and hang out.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
let me
I
know
mean,
what you decide, what you're doing next week, because I
Okay.
found the whole UFO TV series is on YouTube.
Got to keep Mike posted.
Oh, really?
on Lawrence,
Okay.
yes.
And
Yeah, then-
1999 is on Tubi.
Huh.
Okay.
But I don't have a lot of time to watch all this stuff, so you need to let me know
Well,
what I need to watch.
we'll only do like one episode, and it'll probably be like the first one. You know, we'll do in order and
Of?
everything. Okay. Well, all right. Hold on. If we got to make a decision, anyone want to say
Thanks,
UFO or 99? I mean, I guess we know Istaphobos' vote, maybe UFO.
No. I think if the chat voted for 1999, then you should
Well, they
do
didn't
that.
have
But
the other option. They might have been just Jerry.
well, you know, in my mind, they're sort of the same show, so it's hard for me to separate.
Okay.
They both
we'll
have
do
they both have really awesome theme songs too, though. So it's really hard to choose.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well,
got to be
maybe
about
we'll-
the music.
All right, Mike, we'll let you know. We'll let you know in a day or two, and then everyone else, you'll see when we schedule this stream. Let
There we
some
go.
things be a surprise for some folks. All righty. Let's call it a night then.
Let's
So
call it
should
a
we-
night. Thank
Should we
you,
get over our
everyone.
Olivier Duché.
Thank you, Mike.
Have them play the national anthem a little bit here. I'm trying to. There we go. Let me get me off screen too.